Hey everyone! It's been a while since the last Magic Swordmaster build guide, but today we're finally back with a complete Sea Dragon Nest Ready build. This guide breaks down 3 optimized gear tiers: budget, mid-tier, and high-end, all tailored to help you reach around 85 to 90% crit rate while getting the most value per gold spent. Whether you're just starting out, building your alt, or aiming for top DPS, this video's got something for you. Also, we're aiming to reach 500 subscribers, and I could really use your help. If this guide helps you out, please consider subscribing. It makes a huge difference and keeps me going. All right, let's jump in. We'll begin with the budget-friendly build, ideal for players just starting out or prepping alts for Sea Dragon. We're using full Apocalypse set to get solid stats and bonus final damage, all on a low budget. For the weapon, use a Magic Suffix Sword for bonus magic attack and that sweet magic damage proc. For the gauntlet, go with Tent Suffix to reduce your target's magic defense, a must-have for boosting team DPS. All armor pieces should have wind suffixes to help reaching out our crit goal. On gloves, go with Will Suffix. It gives the highest stat line out of all glove options. For accessories, pick Intellect, Sylvie necklace and earrings with Intellect and Agility rolls. For rings, use Fatal Sylvie rings. They give the most raw crit stat. The best part? This build doesn't need 17% crit potentials or 3rd stat crit plates to reach your crit goal, making it extremely affordable. For hidden potentials, aim for 5.75% magic attack, 4.50% agility, and 3.50% intellect on weapons and gauntlets. For armor and accessories, just stack intellect, agility, and max HP. For skill plates, go with Fatal, Wind, Magic, Intellect, Health, Vitality, and Ultimate. Your last plate should be Tent for survivability. With this setup and Mercenary or Archer buffs, you'll land at around 87% crit rate, pushing 90% with extra help from costumes, combined skill, and collections. The mid-tier build is for players who want more damage while still being gold efficient. We're still using full Apocalypse set. It provides excellent stats and strong final damage for its price. Weapons, same thing. Magic Suffix on your sword, and Tent Suffix on your gauntlet to break magic defense. Armor, full Intellect suffixes to maximize your magic attack. Gloves, still using Will Suffix. Accessories are still Sylvie. Intellect Sylvie, necklace and earrings with Intellect and Agility rolls. For rings, upgrade to Magic Sylvie rings for raw magic attack. To hit 85 to 90% crit, you'll need 4 17% crit potentials and 1 level 40 3rd stat crit plate. Weapons and gauntlets should roll magic attack and 17% crit. Add 3.50% intellect if possible. Your rings should also have magic attack and 17% crit. Also aim with 3.50% intellect if possible. Armor and other accessories should aim for intellect, agility, and max HP. Skill plates are the same: Fatal, Wind, Magic, Intellect, Health, Vitality, Ultimate, and 1 trash plate with crit. Examples include Restraint, Shock, or Mana. With this build and party buffs, you'll easily land around 89% crit. Very efficient for the investment. Finally, we've got the high-end build for players aiming to top the DPS charts. We are now using full Sea Dragon Nest gear, the best in slot for both weapons and armor. Your sword should have a Magic Suffix and your gauntlet a Tent Suffix. Armor stays with full Intellect suffixes and gloves with the Will suffix. For accessories, go with 4-piece SDN accessories. Choose the variant with the highest intellect stat for best synergy with your class. To hit your crit goal, you only need 2 17% crit potentials and 1 level 40 third stat crit plate. This is cheaper than going full 17 across the board. Best place to roll crit is on your weapons, because crit rings are too expensive. For your third stat crit plate, buy a cheap trash plate like Dauntless or Blessed. Ideally, your weapon and gauntlet rolls will be 5.75% magic attack, 17% crit, and 3.5% intellect. Your rings should have 5.75% magic attack, 4.5 agility, and 3.5% intellect. Armor and accessories should still have agility, intellect, and max HP. Skill plates are the same lineup as before. Just remember to get a third stat crit on one plate. With party buffs, this build lands at 86% crit, easily breaking 90% with costumes and costume collections. Next, let's talk about titles. Start with My Tears. Level 40. You can buy it from Merchant Pero under the Goddess Teardrop shop. Next upgrade to that is Speed Phantom, earned by clearing SDN core in under 30 minutes. And finally, go for Slayer in Disguise. You get it by clearing SDN Classic in under 60 minutes. Now let's talk about skill heraldry plates, the ones that boost our core skill damage output. For Half Moon Slash, you've got 2 solid options depending on your playstyle. If you like smoother combos and faster animation, go for Action Speed. But if you just want to squeeze out more raw damage, take the damage plate instead. Next, we're definitely taking a Great Wave damage plate. It's one of your hardest hitting nukes and a big chunk of your burst window. We'll also plate Crescent Cleave for more damage. This skill has a short cooldown and good scaling against big monsters, so the bonus really adds up over time. And finally, don't forget Moonlight Splitter. It's your bread and butter DPS filler, and boosting its damage makes your overall rotation more efficient. Skill builds will always depend on your playstyle, but here's my personal recommendation. Now, this is important. As a Swordmaster, your role in raids is to constantly apply Provoking Slam and cast Highlander when needed. These are must-have skills. If you don't have them, you're not supporting your team, and honestly, you're a disgrace to the class. No joke. For expert skill, I use Provoking Slam +1. This boosts the skill to level 4, giving the entire party a 30% damage increase for both physical and magic damage. For your combined skill, prioritize maxing out magic attack first, then final damage, then damage increase. This order gives you the best damage scaling as a Magic Swordmaster. Now let's talk about extra ways to boost your damage. First, I recommend going for at least +11 weapons and +10 armors. You can clear with lower upgrades, but most pub parties expect higher gear, and you do risk being kicked for low enhancements. You should also invest in heraldry expansion and equip cheap trash plates that roll magic attack or intellect as a third stat. They're very efficient. And don't forget costume stats and costume collections. They give stat boosts that stack with all your other bonuses. And that wraps up our full Magic Swordmaster SDN-Ready guide. Whether you're running a budget build or chasing high-end damage, I hope this helped you get the most out of your class and push your gameplay further. If this video gave you some value, please consider hitting that like button. Drop a comment if you've got questions or build requests, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm currently aiming for 500 subs, and your support would really help me reach that goal. I'm also planning to make a full series of SDN build guides for all DPS classes, so if you subscribe, that helps me stay motivated and make it all the way to the end of the series. Thanks again for watching. Good luck with your runs, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
You've been it from the start, inside my corner, yeah. When it gets cold and dark, you make it warmer.